Well, thanks for joining us for the final segment of Cityline today. And we welcome to the couch Roxanne Simon, the Operations Director, Nora Fleming D. Sandoval, the Executive Director of Safe Streets, and May Harris, a community member, and many of you know probably May from her work in the community for years and years. So thank you for all being here today to talk about getting ready for National Night Out and Safe Streets, with Safe Streets. So first of all, Roxanne, can you tell us a little bit about National Night Out?
So National Night Out is actually a national program that's done. It's the first Tuesday of August, where the community members, like Miss May, who plans way ahead, get together just in their community itself. And they do cookouts, they just get to know their neighbors.
Very good. So Miss May, why don't you take that a little further and tell us typically what does your neighborhood celebration look like?
Oh, that's a big one.
Yes, you do have a big one, yeah.
Well, we've been at People Center this year when I was looking over my stuff for 14 years.
Wow.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Very good. And so when people go there, what do they do? Tell us about it.
Well, we have the bouncy house for the children, and we do the barbecue. We used to have the ice cream man. Now he's retired.
Oh.
And we have, the one-on-one with the basketball teams and a whole lot of stuff.
Oh, nice.
Well, we got the over 50 group this year and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Okay. All right. And Roxanne or Nora, do you want to expand on that a little bit about what is a typical neighborhood? I mean, at the People Center, that's big, but some of these are just like 8 or 10 houses getting together around a picnic table at the end of a driveway, right?
That's right. There's no right or wrong way to celebrate
Yeah.
National Night Out.
Okay.
It's really just all about getting together with your neighbors, getting to know your neighbors a little bit better in a positive way. So that way, when you are having that disagreement later on in the year about the barking dog or the parked car in the wrong spot, you can just go over and say, hey, you know what, we shared food earlier this year. Would you mind making sure your dog can be quiet at night? Or, just strengthens community networks and relationships for sure. Actually, when I went to go pick up Miss May this morning, she showed me the cul-de-sac that they started their National Night Out celebration on. So it hadn't always been at People's Community Center. It grew over the years. So that's an exciting example of what can happen after many, many years of getting to know your neighbors.
Right. Now, I understand we have some footage of past neighborhood night out gatherings, and so we'll roll that.
Nice.
One of the things, and there you go, Miss May, you mentioned the bouncy house, and there's face painting. Wow. So that's a really nice size event. There's a street one with the barbecue. That's one thing I was going to bring up. We've heard at sometimes, and there it is, the fire truck maybe will show up, or if you register,
department,
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. If you register with Safe Streets, we can help facilitate those connections and bring out community workers to your event in your neighborhood.
Very good.
And you can see it can be as complicated as hiring bounce houses and things, or as easy as just putting up a table and having some food. Last year in my mom's neighborhood, they just had a celebration with ice cream. So everyone kind of gathered at one of the houses and brought some ice cream. And look at these dancers. That's amazing.
Wow.
So however the community wants to celebrate is kind of the name of the day.
Very good. Now, I've heard that from some of these neighborhood meetings come neighborhood watch programs and, see something, say something, all those types of things that can really benefit a neighborhood, right, Roxanne?
Yes. We've actually gotten calls afterwards for groups that want to know more about setting up their neighborhood watches for the community. Then with them, we'll do Block 101 training, which is basically talks about having a communication system so that if you do see something, you're calling and your neighbors also know about it.
Great, great. Now, Miss May, this looks like it could be a lot of work. What are your thoughts on that?
It is a lot of work. It's a lot of people that come and help you work too. Then
Yeah.
you have some people that say they're gonna help you work. So we know how that goes.
Right, right.
But it's a lot of fun too.
Yeah. But I guess if you activate some of your neighbors and together you shoulder the burden, right? And then you get to reap the rewards too, right?
Yes.
Even though some others still get to reap the rewards without doing anything.
Yeah,
But,
the fire department, you know, we have a large group.
yeah. Very good. So you all work together.
Yes.
Very good. All right. So, Nora, do you both, or do you have a favorite memory from a past National Night Out? Any
Well,
of you?
You know, as you might know, I'm just new. This is only my second year.
Okay.
This will be my second National Night Out as ED of Safe Streets. So last year I had the opportunity to visit like maybe 7 or 8 different National Night Out celebrations in Tacoma and in Pierce County. One had a band, which was fun. It was
Wow.
fun. And it was neighborhood members who were, you could see them like kind of pushing their drum set down the street towards the corner where they were going to be performing. And so that was fun. And then I went out to the Parkland event that's held at Trinity Lutheran. And so that's another big example of a kind of a bigger celebration.
Sure.
I like how each one is just so different and really reflects the neighborhood and the
Right.
people who help organize it. That's my favorite part of it.
Cool. Roxanne?
I would say the same for me. I've gone to an outing in East Pierce County and on the Key Peninsula in the same day and
Wow.
covering the south end. So, yeah,
Nice.
just nice to meet different people.
Very good. Nora, we're running out of time, but how can Pierce County residents get involved?
Pierce County residents can also register through the Safe Streets website.
Okay.
And we can help connect them with some of their community workers out in their areas as well. It's never really a guarantee that somebody will be able to come because, as we know, fires don't take a vacation, police are still needed, so they might be scheduled to attend, but if there's something that comes up, they'll still need to attend to their daily work. But we have several pages on our website all about National Night Out, some different activities that folks can do, some really easy ways to organize things. We can help make flyers so that you can send the invite out to your neighbors and maybe like have a little planning meeting a couple months in advance. Now's the time to start that planning piece so that way you can get everybody like, okay, you're on burgers, I've got the buns, you've got the
Right.
barbecue.
Very nice. So, last couple minutes, what does Safe Streets have coming up this summer in addition to National Night Out?
I think Roxanne is better positioned to answer this because she has a pretty exciting program that she's been working on over at Salishan.
So at Salishan, we have a program called Youth Health is Wealth.
Oh.
And it's about mental health, but through doing art projects, we're also planning for field trips with the youth. We usually have 20 to 25 youth per week. It's every Friday from 5 to 7. What else do we do?
Hot meal every week.
Hot meal every week. I thank THA for that. And the youth come in, we make sure they're fed. Along with the hot meal, we make sure we have fresh fruits and vegetables because that's so important. And they learn about different fruits and try them. And one time I made a mistake of taking a whole pineapple and trying to get it cut up, and mangoes, and so I've learned do them ahead of time.
Without the audience, right?
Right. Hurry up, I want
All
one
right.
now.
Well, any last words?
Just get involved in National Night Out and take a look at our website. There's lots of fun ideas on there. It can be as complicated as Miss May's wonderful celebration at People's, or it can be as simple as just getting together with a few neighbors to chat.
Very good. Very good. Well, we'd like to thank each of you again. Roxanne Simon, Operations Director, Nora Fleming D. Sandoval, Executive Director, Safe Streets, and then May Harris, Community Member. Thanks again for joining us today on Cityline.